Monday morning. I know you're probably all gathered round this screen and looking at it, but I want to hear a big beaming good morning back to me, okay? So good morning, boys and girls. That's I can hear it from all the different postcodes round about Scotland, and I'm super excited to be here this morning. All energetic for a bit of fun. Who's all ready for some fun with artificial intelligence on a Monday morning? I can still hear the scream, so that's brilliant. So today I'm going to take you on a little journey as we go and explore artificial intelligence through a child's eyes. And if anyone has ever met me, you'll know that I'll be the biggest child in this room. So I look forward to the next hour where we can have some fun. So what we're looking to do today to keep all our lovely teachers nice and happy, because I am not a teacher. I am not a teacher, I am just a big kid. Our learning intention here is to understand and apply artificial intelligence. Okay, so our success criteria as we go through this hour is we're going to be able to describe what AI is, what it can do, and how it works. And we can start to describe some of the ethical issues of AI. That's what we're going to do. So let me introduce myself a little bit first. So, hi, my name is Alan Torrance. I am a director at JP Morgan. I work in the payments part of JP Morgan. Now, if you don't know what JP Morgan is or who they are, we are effectively the largest bank in the world. So it's a massive, massive bank, and we are very lucky to have a large tech presence here in Scotland where I can work, and I also luckily get to travel around lots of the different sites that JP Morgan has. So maybe you can see up in the screen there some of my favourite photos from Tampa and from New York and various other locations. So that's my kind of day job. My kind of alter ego, because all like superheroes have an alter ego, is that I'm also the founder of Make It Happen. And hopefully lots of the schools that are taking part in Make It Happen app design competition and come up with some amazing app ideas. But today we're going to look at artificial intelligence. So the first question we're going to try and tackle is, what is artificial intelligence? And maybe everyone has maybe heard a little bit about it, and maybe thought a little bit about it, and maybe seen some of the things in news and online about what artificial intelligence is. So quite often when we ask that question, the first thing we think about is some sort of robot, some sort of either good or evil robot that is kind of super brain and knows lots of things and starts to interact with the world. Now, to me, it's not a robot. It's not something completely robotic like that. The way I want us all to look at it is the way I think about it. So I think about AI as it's like a teacher who lives inside of a computer. Now, we know that teachers know a lot of things and can help you learn new stuff. That's what we do every day with our teachers. And just like your real teachers today, so you can ask the AI questions and it will try its best to give you a good answer to that. So I want you to all take a look at your teacher just now. So just like your teacher, AI is trained on large sets of data. So your teacher, your wonderful teacher, has been to university, has been to school, and read lots of books, haven't they? Yeah. So they have basically been trained on lots of data, the same way that artificial intelligence has. Your teacher also has a massive brain. That's exact same as artificial intelligence. Your teacher also inspires you with great answers. That's just the same as artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, we can look at it like having your teacher inside of a computer. Now, I'm not sure whether your teacher would like to be inside of a computer, but that's the exact way to think about it. This amazing talent that's right inside a computer and you've got access to it. But unlike your teacher, everyone can have their own artificial intelligence. So Everyone can ask artificial intelligence questions and they can interact with it all on their own. Because sometimes when you've got lots of questions in the classroom, there may quite often be a long queue at your teacher's desk. So in this case here, you could have artificial intelligence on your tablet, on your device, right at your fingertips, so that you can ask all the questions that you want and hopefully get the right answer back. So that's the way I want to think about it. Okay, so artificial intelligence is like having your amazing teacher inside of a computer. Now, throughout this, I want to challenge every single one of you. Okay, so we're going to have a fun quiz as we go through this talk today. So I want you all to be ready to answer a question of whether this is real or AI. So I'll show you throughout this talk today some images, some maybe bits of text that maybe it's real, maybe AI has generated it. So I want you to be able to shout out your answer to this question. The first one we've got, okay, so this is a lovely image, and I want you all to have a look at it, look at how detailed it is, look at who is in it. Maybe we might be able to recognise this famous person that's in there, and maybe what waving. Shout out to your teacher just now. Do you think that's real or AI? What do you think? Are we putting up lots of hands for real? Are we putting up lots of hands for AI? Let's have a look at that, okay? Okay, so drum roll, let's see what it is, actually. Okay, so this one here is AI. But if you go back and look at that there, it's very, very detailed. You can see it looks something very realistic. The skin, the glasses, everything there looks like the real Pope, and it looks like a real Balenciaga puffer jacket. Okay, but that image there has been generated by AI. So it's not always easy to discern whether something is real or AI. So let's take a look now at what artificial intelligence can do, what can it actually do, and we'll walk through a few simple examples. Okay, so one of my favourite tools that I use with AI is ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is a way that you can talk just like the kind of messaging that you use on your computer or on your device to artificial intelligence, and it will give you some answers back. So, and again, just like the computer, but we've got a teacher inside the computer, you can ask it whatever you want. So in this case here, and you can see it, you can ask it to help you with anything today about ideas, fun facts, planning a tour, etc. We are going to use it to do one of my favourite things. So I love space and I love unicorns, but unicorns are really one of my favourite things ever. So I want to ask ChatGPT to write a very short poem to inspire me. And it's a Monday morning, and I'm not sure what it's like where you all are just now, but it's really raining up here in Glasgow. So I want a little bit of inspiration. So I've asked ChatGPT, okay, I love space unicorns, write a very short poem to inspire me. Okay, within a few seconds, what it's done is it's come up with a lovely poem for me. So, in the velvet night so deep, where starlight whispers and shadows creep, a space unicorn trots and dreams so wide, with a mane of comets in cosmic stride. Its hooves tread on nebula so bright, leaping through galaxies, a wondrous sight. In its wake, stardust falls like snow, lighting up worlds like a gentle glow. So dream, dear dreamer, of this majestic beast, among the stars where wonders never cease. Let it inspire you to reach for the skies, for in your heart a space unicorn lies. And that is coming directly from AI. So I've asked that simple question because I love unicorns and I wanted a bit of inspiration for a Monday morning. And it's generated all of that based on all of this knowledge it's had. So it's looked at the data it's got, it's put it into its massive brain, and it's come up with a great example of a poem. What else can it do? So within the OpenAI space, there's also a tool called DALL-E. So DALL-E is a model where it understands images in the same way that like the ChatGPT can go and use all this lovely text and books and poems. So DALL-E can understand images. So what I've now asked DALL-E, again using this simple prompt here, create a fun cartoon-style drawing of a space unicorn. Again, I love space unicorns, and let's see what it does. So in this case here, you can see it's used all its knowledge of all the different images it can access, and it's come up with this fantastic drawing. So you can see it's a very happy looking unicorn. It's up in space. There's nebula and all sorts of like space-like items round about it. And you can see it's amazing. And it was able to do that very, very quickly. So as well as DALL-E, there's lots of other AI solutions out there. So this one here is one of my favourites for when I'm creating apps for making it happen. This is called Playground and Playground AI. In this case here, I was asking it to generate some examples of a happy unicorn flying in space. And you can see within a few seconds, it's come up with 4 slightly different versions of a space unicorn, or a unicorn up in space with glorious wings. And if you've ever seen the images that I can draw as part of my Make It Happen app design competition entry, I'm not the best artist, but using AI, this has helped me to become an even better artist by showing this amazing space unicorn. What else can it do? So as well as like poems and art, I've asked GitHub Copilot in this case here to see if it can write me some code. So with Copilot, Copilot understands code and how we do some complex logic there. So what I asked to do is create a function to add an array of numbers, printing out each number. So just writing a little prompt, I'm able to get it to write some code for me. Now, if you've ever used Scratch or Thunkable or any of these block cell codes, it can generate this for you as well. This is just a different way of putting that code out on the screen. And you can see how quickly it was able to do it. It managed to do this in under a second, and it allowed me to see whether I accept it or not. So it allowed me to quickly go and iterate on that. So I showed you a few examples there. Where it's used just now, it's used across many different entertainment spaces. So you can shout out just now to your teachers, like, do you recognise any of these logos here? The one on the left-hand side, yep, that's the YouTube. We've got YouTube up there, we've got Netflix, we've got the Xbox and the PlayStation. So lots of different large entertainment companies are using AI to go and enhance their products. For YouTube and Netflix, a lot of it is about the kind of content recommendations. So if you've watched a movie, what other movies might you want to go and use? And because AI can work with a large set of data of other people who watch those videos that are similar to you, it can go and take that information and then give you good recommendations on that. The same way for games and within Xbox and PlayStation, they can program the non-playable characters to go and interact with you in a way that seems very real. And that's where a lot of these companies are using AI. So to show you that I'm not just making this up, that artificial intelligence can actually do this. So I've got a 9-year-old son that you've seen at the start when I was introducing myself. So you see he was quite fun. He likes the movies he likes are Harry Potter and BFG. So I've asked ChatGPT, a form of artificial intelligence, to recommend some film titles for my son, who's 9 years old. And I told him he likes Harry Potter and the BFG. Again, within a few seconds, it's able to recommend some. And hopefully you might actually recognise some of these things and think that looks relevant. So we've got Percy Jackson, which I know Luke loves. We've got the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Again, the latest one's very good. We've got Hugo, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Stardust, The Spiderwick Chronicles, Coraline, Jumanji as well. So lots of great titles that are really quite similar to the ones that my 9-year-old would like. So you can see in a very quick way how that does actually work. Some additional ways that this is being used. So we've also used it quite a lot in healthcare, both exploring like new different types of drugs and treatments that we could use for some really advanced issues sort of thing. We've also got detection. Only in the past week, we've seen that the AI assistant to some doctors were able to discover some additional potential cancer cells and some screenings that had been missed. It's amazing what these types of solutions can do in the healthcare space. In the finance space, so I work within the payment space where we process almost $10 trillion of payments every single day, which is a lot. We've got people who are trying to pretend to be other people to try and take money off your mum and dad and other people. So we've got to guard against anyone being able to go and take that money off of them. And we quite often use AI to identify those people who are trying to do that and to stop them from doing it. So as well as the attackers trying to use AI to go and steal the money, we've got people in our company who are very smart and who know how to use AI to stop that from happening. Okay, so another quiz. Are you all ready for another quiz? Yep, let's do this. Okay, again, we're looking for, who created this? Is this real or AI? Okay, so what you should hopefully see up in your screen just now is some funky, kind of like two-headed dog that appears on someone's doorstep. Now, what are we thinking? Are we thinking AI? Are we thinking real? Is there any clues that might give it away? Have we ever seen a dog with two heads? So hands up for real. Hands up for AI. Brilliant. Let's see what it is. And it's real. Yeah. So this was an actual real dog, but not a real dog. There's two real dogs called Michelle and Parker. They just happen to be standing in a way that makes it look like they're actually a two-headed dog. And if you look very closely at the image, you'll see the front dog is standing up and the back dog is sitting down. But it does look like it could easily be AI. Okay, so let's look at how does artificial intelligence work. So previously I said, okay, think about AI as being a teacher inside of a computer. And we can all look at a teacher just now, and we all know how he or she went and learned all these amazing things. They probably read a lot of books. And they went to university and they went through schools and they learned lots of different amazing things. So your teacher reads all these amazing books. He or she puts all that amazing kind of information, so they process and store within their brain, and then they're able to write that up on a whiteboard so that everyone here can go and understand that. And that is very similar to how artificial intelligence works as well. So again, your teacher is amazing. So let's see how artificial intelligence does that. So from an artificial intelligence point of view, so it can now consume extremely large volumes of text and image data to go and train itself. So it can consume entire libraries of books and movies and videos and images, an unbelievable amount of information that if it was a human, it would take more than a lifetime for them to be able to read and watch all these different images and movies, etc. So they consume a large volume of data and process that data. So they use algorithms and kind of data structures and models to help understand all that data, because there's a massive amount of data that's processing. But just like your amazing teacher, they're able to put that inside of their brain and connect it in a way that makes sense to the artificial intelligence or to the teacher. So once they've got that set up with this model and all their specific weights, etc., they're then able to use prompts. So those prompts that we've seen before about recommending movies or creating poems or creating art, it takes those little prompts to go and take it in, know what you're looking for, and then produce some output. And you can tell it whether it's right or wrong, and that can then go and feed back into the artificial intelligence. So again, just like your amazing teacher, artificial intelligence works by taking a huge volume of data, processes it in its brain and is able then to output that to you when you prompt it. Okay, ready for a real or AI? Let's see. So this one here, again, hopefully you can all see it's a very funky looking tree. Looks like it might actually be on fire or glowing from the bottom up. What are we all thinking? Does it be AI generated? Let's see. So hands up for AI. Hands up for what do we think? Okay, let's have a look. And this one is real. So all of these were real life to make it look the tree was glowing. Looks so cool. Okay, so ethical. How ethical is using artificial intelligence? And when we look at ethics, we always look to see, are we doing the right thing by using anything like artificial intelligence? First part I'd like you to think about really is ownership. If we're all sitting in class and writing down a poem and someone looked over your shoulder and seen the poem that you were writing was very good and then took that as their own, wouldn't be right with it. I mean, what if you're looking at the story of the BFG or like Harry Potter or something, and you just started to like steal someone else's work? That wouldn't really be right either. So all the kind of information that artificial intelligence is trained on is all kind of public information. It wouldn't be right for someone just to kind of go and take that information and then just plainly copy it. So we've got to look at where we're sourcing that information from. When we go and create new information using artificial intelligence, like some of the images we've done there, you own that new image. So you've got to so that you're not breaking any copyrights or just stealing work from someone else. It's all about trying to do the right thing and making sure if you do use someone else's work that you tell them you're using it and you show them that you're doing it. On the privacy side, so we're all aware that it's easy to lose some of your personality data online. So with AI, obviously, if you're prompting AI, giving it some information about yourself, about what you want, be careful with that because you've got to be aware of why they might want to use it, would it put it into its model, and would it then know it forever? Okay, so it can also take some of your information and store it for itself. So you've got to be careful when you're interacting with the AI so that you don't put all this private information and allow hackers to give a wee attack on yourself. Energy. So I know across a number of different schools that we're looking at kind of global goals and how we can save the world. So when we're using AI, it uses quite a lot of energy. So every time that you go and prompt it, a computer somewhere is working away to try and give you the answer in the best possible way. Each time they use AI, it's estimated that every prompt that I use there is effectively using one light bulb for an hour. So that's essentially quite a lot of light bulbs we've used up just to make these slides. So we've got to be aware of what that is and how much energy we're using when we're using AI. Next. Okay. So again, ethics is all about doing the right thing. So everyone might be aware of a certain Willy Wonka experience that was used and showcased within Glasgow. So what they had done there is they had used AI, artificial intelligence, to go and generate a lot of really great images. Like all those images were generated by AI and used to explain to customers and come along to this experience that's going to give them. What actually happened was what you see on the right hand side there, where it doesn't quite match up to what it's working out. I think about £35 per person to go and attend left-hand side there. Amazing. And what actually happened was what's happened on the right-hand side there, where you're going to have beans and showing around a kind of factory really. What's expected there. Again, this using AI in not the best way. They're using it to make a little bit of money and to make it very easy for themselves. Again, you've got to try to use it in the right way. And if anyone did turn up to the Willy Wonka experience, I hope you did have a good time. Okay, so let's go and do some more challenges with real or AI. Okay, so everyone knows I love unicorns, so it's going to be unicorn related. So this one here, so we've got a fantastic unicorn on out near a hill with a beautiful hill in the background. I think it's got a lovely kind of pink mane and some pink tail and everything. It looks a bit like a horse, so maybe it could be like a real horse that's drawn up, or maybe it could just be AI generated. What are we all thinking? See, we're going to shout hands up for real. Hand up for AI. Okay, it's a tough one, this one. This one was actually AI. So as much as it could have just been a horse that was dressed up and put in the front of a hill, it was actually AI generated. Again, it's difficult to see the difference sometimes. It really is difficult. Okay, so now I want to challenge you with a few poems and quotes sort of thing to see whether we're as good at detecting AI in text as we are with the images that we're already seeing. Okay, so the villagers of Little Hampton still called it the Riddle House, even though it had been many years since the Riddle family had lived there. Now, what do you think that is? Is that something real from a book or a poem or something? Or is it AI generated? Does anyone recognise it? Okay, so is it real or AI? See, so hands up for real. Hands up for AI. Okay, cool. And that one is real. So if there's any Harry Potter fans, you might recognise that from the start of one of the books. Extra points if you what book. Okay. So real or AI again? Let's see the next one here. Again, on the Harry Potter theme. So Harry Potter cautiously stepped into the dark, echoing cavern of the dragon's. His heart pounded with a mixture of fear and determination as he braced himself for the unknown challenges that lay ahead. Okay, so what are we thinking, real or AI? You can see we've got Harry Potter. He's obviously going into quite a dangerous cave with a dragon in it. Could be anything, couldn't it? Could be real or AI. Again, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you might already know if you recognise this exact line. Okay, so what we're thinking, hands up for real? Hands up for AI? Okay, let me see. And it's AI. So if anyone is a Harry Potter fan, you'll know that Harry doesn't really take on a dragon inside a cave. There might be a dragon or two within Harry Potter, but not in that context. So again, we're using our own experience to understand and know whether this is real or AI. But it's not always easy. Okay. Next challenge. Who's ready for this one? Okay, so the BFG's fingers danced across the strings of the guitar, filling the air with a gentle melody that echoed through the night, bringing peace and tranquility to all who listened. Okay, that sounds a bit like what might happen within the BFG. It sounds like I'm almost feeling a bit sleepy already. The fact that he's playing this lovely guitar and slowly making me go to sleep, I think. I can imagine that being within the BFG itself. So what are we all thinking then? Hands up for real? Hands up for AI? Let's see. It's AI. That's right. So if you know that basically, if you know the BFG, you know that I don't think he plays the guitar, does he? No, I don't think he does. It's been a while since I read the BFG, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't play the guitar. Okay. One or two more last ones to check you out. So real or AI? We're getting better at this then, yeah? Let's see how we're going with this one. See if I can actually say this as well. So don't gobble funk around with words. That does sound like the sort of thing the BFG or Harry Potter or something like that might say. But gobble funk, that sounds a bit of a strange word, that one. So what are we thinking? Is that real or AI? Here we go. Hands up for real. Hands up for AI. And that one is real. Yeah, so that is directly from the BFG, of course. Gobble funk is such a funky word that we all love it. Okay, so last one. Let's see how we do with this one. So real or AI? Why? Sometimes I believe there's many 6 impossible things before breakfast. Okay, so hopefully we've all had our breakfast this morning and we've all got our thinking caps on. Am I trying to trick you into believing this is real or AI? What am I trying to do here? Have a look through it again. So why sometimes I believe there's many 6 possible things before breakfast. Okay, so hands up for real, hands up for AI, and this one is taken from Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. So again, what you've seen there is there's so many different ways that people can use artificial intelligence. You know, it's always good to be able to judge whatever you see and know whether it's real or AI, or whether you trust it or not. Because it's very important to be able to look at that, whether it's online or in person, to ensure like what you're looking at is real or AI. Okay, so a quick look ahead to what's the future for artificial intelligence. So throughout this talk, I've showed you like what artificial intelligence is, what it can do, and how it works, and importantly, a lot of the kind of ethics about artificial intelligence. You've also seen that through the quiz that we've done of whether something is real or AI, it's very easy to make up something that looks real that isn't real, and it's sometimes hard to judge something that is real to make sure that's what it is. So we've got to always use our brains to apply ourselves to artificial intelligence. But I think that as much as we've got brain clues there for potential risks on the horizon, you know, there are things that we've got to do, you know, like trust and safety and privacy and look after everything we've got online, no matter what it is. But I think there's a massive lighthouse there and a massive opportunity that each of us can use. And I think that throughout all of your lives, you'll be using artificial intelligence consistently to unlock your creativity. Everyone knows that I'm not the best artist, but I can use artificial intelligence to help me be a better artist. I'm not always the best at articulating some of my ideas, but I can use artificial intelligence to help unlock my articulation so that I can clearly articulate my ideas, my poems, and my creativity. There's massive amounts of hope for this, and we don't the possibilities or even some of the risks. But I'm looking for everyone here to help me and help yourself unlock all those possibilities and not be afraid of artificial intelligence. It's something that as humans we can all use. And at that point there, I'll reply. And thank you all for listening in to this talk today. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope we can all understand what it is, what some of the that we know so far, how it works, and some of the ethical questions that you can now start to ask your teacher about to say, should I trust it? What should I do with it? Okay. Thank you all there, and hand back to Brian and the team.